Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, our conversation today, we're having this conversation, right? And this conversation has to do with something trying to lure you back into old toxic cycles. I don't know if you're willing to go back there with it, but I'm not. I'm not. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me fix my screen just a little bit. Alrighty. So, when I was shuffling the cards earlier, the incubation card came out. I think that for many of us, we're in a space of kind of just incubating. There's no better way to put it. A space where you've kind of just been existing on your own, not really involving other people, not allowing yourself to be affected by other people. And I think for some of us, we're ready to come out of incubation. For others of us, baby boo, stay back in there. Get back in your egg. Stay there. Oh my God. Have you guys ever seen what I think it's a mockingbird. What a mockingbird chick does? So and don't quote me. I think it's a mockingbird. So there's this bird that will lay its eggs in another species nest, right? And you guys might be like, okay, well, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is once that egg hatches before all the other eggs, it will toss the other eggs out of the nest. And it becomes the only egg that's left. For some of you, you might be dealing with a mockingbird situation. You might be dealing with a mockingbird. This is something that's trying to get everyone to see them in the same way that they view you. And you have to be very careful with that. Oh, Lord. Okay. Things just popped off with this reading. I should have just ate before I started this. I should have just ate before I started. It's okay. It's okay. You're going to survive, girl. You got a lot of adipose tissue. Okay. So now this is turning into a very intense circumstance. What I'm seeing playing out in the cards is something that is just not good. So this is someone who is not healed and they're initiating something. This is you're quietly dealing with a person who is a very wounded, very fractured person, and that is absolutely not an excuse for their behavior. They're focused on you, and whatever this focus is intended to do, you do have protection from it, but that protection only factors in if you allow yourself to be balanced and to see things in the way that they actually are, not in the way you would like them to be. Okay? So you definitely need balance. And you need to be honest with yourself about who this is in your life. You seriously have to be honest with yourself. This is supposed to be like the worst week of the year, and then next week is supposed to be the most amazing week of the year. You guys, whatever happens this week, if you don't get a hold of it, if you don't get yourself back in your place of centered power, this is going to just be really ugly for you. That's up to you if you know you want to have that mindset of like, everything's fine, I'm just going to ignore it. I mean, you're perfectly welcome to ignore it, but nothing that I've ignored has ever turned out well for me in the end. It only resolves after I do my part to make sure that whatever is happening is properly addressed. Case in point, there was this nasty, nasty person who was suffering from limerence. They were having some serious mental disturbance. Mental health is not a joke, but their mental disturbance involved them viewing me as their wife. Y'all, I'm married. I've been married for 26 years at this point. I'm not going nowhere. I love my husband. And this person was convinced. They were convinced that my husband is the only reason we're not together. No, we're not together because I don't want anything to do with you. That's like insanity. And I ignored it for quite some time. I just ignored it. And you know how that ended up? Complete with unaliving threats for me, my family, my children, my newborn niece, my sibling who was going through heart failure, several of the community members who I publicly interact with. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think it's like, what, 2 years now? I'm still in the middle of a civil lawsuit in another country. I'm still in the middle of it. I won the criminal suit. That's the only reason it stopped. I won the criminal suit. Yeah. Yep. If you address things earlier on, you don't have to go and go through all of this complexity. Like, had I addressed that properly right from the start, I wouldn't be 6 figures deep in legal fees. I'm not even joking. 6 fucking figures deep in legal fees. I'm worth the fight. That's how badly my soul wanted to learn that I am worth fighting for. I am worth defending. If you guys need to go through that same type of process where there's intensity, there's a lot of unnecessary financial loss just for you to learn, like you should have never allowed whatever is being attempted right now to begin with, by all means, go through whatever process you need to go through. I had to go through that to finally learn. I am not going to be letting anyone mess with me anymore. I refuse. I will not allow it. Does that mean I will engage everything? No. There is a balance that's needing to be kept. And this balance is about knowing when to take action, when to ignore, and when to back away. Something is trying to lure you into old toxic cycles. And these old toxic cycles, I want to say you feel like you've already gotten through it and that it's never going to come back. Everything in life eventually comes back. Everything in life eventually comes back. It might be in a different form, it might be during a different time, a different environment, but eventually the same thing comes back around. Why? To make sure you really learned how to apply what you've learned from the last time it was there. That's why. That's why. This is a very elevated potential for learning, expansion of awareness, and expansion of your wisdom. Wisdom is knowledge in action. You cannot claim to be wise if you do not take a look at what's happened in your life, extrapolate the knowledge that your soul is gifting you through that circumstance, through that experience. And then this is the most important part. This is where it transmutes from knowledge, or alchemically changes from just knowledge to actual wisdom. What you've learned in the previous experiences must then be applied. Knowledge applied is wisdom. You need to take action. What type of action? I don't know. I don't know exactly what's happening in your life. I just know you need to move through this differently. I would assume this is something that you have experienced previously. You've experienced something similar, a similar type of person, or it might be the same person that you keep having these cycles with, but you need to do something different. People don't like to hear the truth. They don't like to hear the truth that they co-create the things they experience. I'm not talking about blame. I'm talking about understanding that accountability helps you to realize the ways in which you contributed to the coming to fruition of this circumstance. Did you allow by simply not doing anything to oppose it? I mean, many of us do that. I have a more avoidant type of coping mechanism. I don't like to have confrontation. I'm fully capable of confrontation. I don't like it though. I don't like it. So, had I addressed certain things that I've experienced in the appropriate way, then I wouldn't have had to experience the worsening and the worsening and the worsening until it was something that was just like so wildly out of control. So wildly out of control. You have power over your journey. You can determine how to move through things on your own. You don't necessarily need someone else to tell you. You don't need things to be dictated to you, but you have to be honest with yourself about the reasonings as to why certain things are happening. Again, this has nothing to do with blame. I don't like the concept of blame because in order for me to blame someone else, I have to then accept the insinuation that I am a victim. I had no power over myself. Someone else had so much more power over me and my life. And they use that power maliciously, malignantly. And they are the reasoning as to why I'm suffering. I recognize the things that I've gone through. There were certain things that I should have done but didn't do, and certain things that I shouldn't have done but did. But there are also circumstances that are really out of my control. I can't prevent it, but the way I move through it, the way I experience it once it's initiated, that's absolutely up to me, right? That is absolutely up to me. So, what is it that you're needing to experience? You're not wanting to experience. And because of you fighting your process, you're ensuring, oh my God, is that a mosquito? It's a mosquito. Ah! It's a mosquito. Yuck. Ew, mosquitoes are tainted. They drink the bodily fluids of mammals. They're tainted. Okay, anyways. Anyways, what do you need to do? Because there's something that you're either ignoring or you're not aware of. And because you're not bringing yourself to the point, you're not bringing yourself to the point that you need to be at, that level of awareness and accountability, this person's efforts to mess with you is going to be successful. I mean, I don't know. Did you know they pollinate the cocoa tree? I don't care. The one that's here in this room with me will be dying today. That mosquito. There's no cocoa tree anywhere near me. Not in this room, not in my house, not anywhere in this neighborhood. So I believe its karma is about to come to head. That's my logic. My logic is God created me in the tiny little package of aggressiveness that I exist as. Okay? God made me in the way that I am today, right now. If you end up in my house, that means you have karma that must be paid off. I'm collecting for God. It will die today. Flies, I don't like flies either. I don't like flies. Okay? Not friendly like that. I don't get spiders and deposit them outside. If I find you in my home, you're dying in my home. And then I will leave your body there to show your kin. The same fate will befall you if you come into my fucking house. I don't like bugs. Okay, focus, girl. All right. Just trying to make sure. I should wear my mama hat so it knows I'm a baddie. You guys know I have a mama hat? One of my kids got me a hat. It says mama. And it has like leopard print. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fucking know where it went. Anyways, this person, whoever this is, whatever this is, they don't have very good intentions towards you. There's a lot of jealousy. Whatever this jealousy is, it's been existing for quite some time. I have a yucky feeling. I don't like to deal with any of this. I like to be in my Delulu land. I love my Delulu land. You need to tap into aspects of you that are extremely magical. Like, this is about recognizing how powerful you are. This is about recognizing how powerful you are. You're not going to have anything that's going to come in on your behalf. This is something that needs to be addressed strictly by you. And nothing, see, like guardian and clearance in reverse. Excuse me. Nothing is going to be able to clear this for you. This is something that you just have to do. Yeah, it's intended to affect your, yep. Okay, so what is happening here? Cycles again. Something is trying to get you to a space of being triggered so that your development, your spiritual development, cannot continue in the way that it's intended to. It's something of the darkness that can't just be easily pushed away. And there's something that's being hidden from you. There's an aspect of this that's being hidden. Why? So that you become reactive and repel the very things, the very people, the very circumstance, the very opportunities that are needed for this part of your journey. That tells me, and then this is a cycle, right? That tells me that what's happening right now, this is a desperate, very, very desperate attempt to prevent the inevitable. You are about to elevate beyond what can be easily accessed. You're about to be untouchable. I like that. I like that. You're about to become untouchable. It's very important that you go through this process. Whatever this, I wish I had my other cards. I don't know where my things are. Yep, this is going to happen on a human level. Someone's going to really mess with your emotions, your thoughts. Okay. It's a lot of pulling, a lot of draining. You guys can already feel it. You can feel what's happening. You can feel the ways in which you are being tested. You can feel. You're feeling it on a human level at this point. Your intuition is becoming so tangible. And it probably scares you. It probably makes you feel like, oh, I'm probably just crazy. Oh my God, I just imagined that. You're not crazy. You're not imagining it. I'm sorry. I thwacked you in the third eye. I was trying. I'm just saying. Do you want another one? Do you want another one? Okay. You're about to enter into the most productive period of this part of your journey. You are about to enter into the most productive period of this part of your journey. Anything and everything is coming out of the woodworks to stop it. They're trying to lure you into these old toxic cycles. Why? Because you're not functioning properly when you're in those cycles. When you don't function properly while in those cycles, guess what happens? You lose this opportunity. Do you want me to pick the card up again? Do you need another one? I don't spank my kids, you guys. This is too much. Just do you want another one? This is a lot. This is a lot. There's something within your human experience that's draining your light. Look at that. It's got you upside down in your thoughts, and it's got you draining your light. Mother Earth, and then shine. No, don't let that happen. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, gonna let it shine. Everything is changing. Everything is changing. Every environment is changing. And it's creating a lot of fear and a lot of sense of worthlessness. Nothing is going to be able to pull you out of this but you at this point. You need to be the one to do it. Lisa says one more just to be safe. Lisa. I love you, Lisa. And just so you guys don't feel left out. You too. Oh, Lord. It's you that needs to pull yourself out of it. I saw a video recently. And it's I guess it's supposed to be a joke. It's this audio that's being used. And it's basically about how you as an adult, your child is being disciplined by your mother. And you're like, let me introduce you to the mother that I grew up with. And she's like yelling at the child. And the child is basically looking over at you, waiting for you to protect them. And then they're like, oh, I don't want to be in trouble with you. Don't even look at me like you want me to get spanked with you. I didn't even do nothing. You're going to need to get yourself out of it. You're going to need to be the one to get yourself out of whatever this is. So let's look at the time frames that we are working towards. Okay. This feels like almost like a dire circumstance for some of you. What's actually happening here? I want to just abandon this and just like, do you guys want scans? Because, yeah, avoidance, avoidance. I'm an avoider. And this is drama. It is. This is drama. If you don't address it now, what ends up happening is you got to deal with the drama, and it becomes something that, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, you got to love yourself. Let yourself acknowledge how you're feeling. Show the world the real you. You're hiding who you are because it's an upside down. Don't let pride. Okay, your shame, your guilt, your fear, your self-loathing, all of these things are the very things that are blocking your path. What exactly do you want to happen? What do you want to happen? What do you need to happen? What is it? What is it? Let's take a look at that. Okay. I want each of you to kind of think of what it is that you want and need to happen. And then let's go ahead. Let's pull this. So think about what you want and need to happen, right? Just think about it. And then choose the number 1 or the number 2, because I'm going to do a little bit of a personal read. So you comment 1 or you comment 2 to receive your message. So this is addressing the question that's in your head right now. Okay, a question in my head. God, why am I just so fabulous? Why am I so fabulous? Answer me this. Oh my Lord. Fabulous, my ass. Michael's laughing too. Okay, we got them. We got the 2 cards, 1 and 2. And then this card, and all of this is a secret to me. I don't know what the cards are right now. This card is going to be for everyone just to cinch it all up. Cinch it all up. Okay, so this is for those who chose the first card. Y'all need a hug. Y'all need a hug with my fingers around your neck. No. No, y'all really need a hug. For those that chose 1, the card is against the grain. Oh my God, no! Shit! It was a bee. It was a mosquito. You fucking guy. Is it in my hair? Okay. It was like, no, motherfucker, we can't talk right now. Where did it go? Michael, do something. Fucking A, man. I don't like bugs in my office. We just got to throw this whole house away. We must move again. Throw the whole house away. Okay. I don't know where it went. Anyways, it's just, it was trying to silently kiss me. Ew. Must be a demon. I don't know what it is. What the fuck? Okay. Let me just recalibrate my brain just for a moment. Okay, no. That was nothing. I panicked for a second. Oof. I don't know where it went, and I'm weirded out. Let me just finish this reading so I get out of this room. I'm still fabulous. What? Yes, Linda. Burn the whole house. Throw it away. Ew. Get me a new one. This is really just fucking with my head. Okay, anyways. I do declare the next time I see that fucking mosquito, I'm getting up and I'm killing it. Okay. Oh, I gotta look around the whole room, make sure. Okay. So those who chose card number 1, against the grain, this is telling me that you're feeling very naked in your truth. You have too many people in your head. Far too many people are affecting the decisions you need to make for yourself. Far too many people are being considered about choices that really are only for you. So you need to stop that. You need to choose what you need, not what other people say you need. I can't even focus. I can't. Okay. Let me see if I. No. I don't have my book. Okay. I'm so weirded out. So, okay, for those who chose 1, you're swimming in the shallows, and that's not really where you belong. You belong much deeper. The reason you feel so uncomfortable with your existence, with your life, is because of the fact that you keep trying to force yourself to stay in places that you've outgrown a long time ago. You outgrew it a long, long, long time ago. And you've been trying to convince yourself that you're the issue, you're the problem. Because why? Because your existence makes the small people in your life feel uncomfortable. And then they've convinced you that you need to apologize for the fact that you exist. Let me tell you something. Do you know who co signed you into existence? It definitely wasn't me. I didn't co sign nothing. You know who co-signed you into existence? God did. If they have a problem with you existing, they need to take it up with God. That's none of your problem. That's none of your concern. When someone continuously shows you that they are uncomfortable with the fact that you naturally shine, then either they need to excuse themselves. Someone is eating Filipino goodies. You're eating pastillas. Fucking shit. I love pastillas. They're so good. Okay. What needs to happen is either you need to excuse yourself or they need to excuse themselves from your life. And if they can't, if they're addicted to you because they keep getting these hits off of you, then what you need to do is excuse yourself. Yep. I'm out. I'm out. Out. Yeah. What does this mean? I'm taking off the mask and I'm throwing it at you. I'm out. Be done with it. And if you're going to be like, but that would be everyone in my life. Oh, do you know what that means? Do you know what that tells me? You know what the kind is? No, serious. Do you know what that tells me? You're your problem. Michael goes, you said that so nonchalant. It's the truth. You are your problem. You're wondering why your life keeps going the way that it does and it's making you unhappy. It's because of you. So what does that mean? Stop doing and choosing the same things. You're wondering why you're still in the same place, but you're doing and choosing the same things. I don't wonder why I'm in the same place when I keep doing and choosing the same things. If I don't like the direction I'm going, I change direction. If I'm going too fast, I don't just hold on tight, I slow down. So, what needs to happen? You need to become proactive. The only way to be proactive is to shut the seagulls up. Y'all are acting like you've never watched Finding Nemo. What do the seagulls say? Mine, 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 mine. Too many people have taken ownership over your journey. So how do you stop that? Stop giving them an ear to listen to their caca. That's all you got to do. That fear of losing people. Here's the thing. Is it a loss if the person you're losing is someone who is not aligned with you and your journey, where you're going to go, what you're trying to accomplish? Is it a loss? Is it? For me, for example, and I'll use this because this is the most recent and hopefully it's the very last one. I completely walked away from this person and this, well, it's 2 people, because they are totally besties, perfectly fine. Be besties somewhere else away from my life. So these 2 people, they egg each other on. One is a ringleader. The other one is a follower, does whatever the first one says. So basically, the first one determined that they don't like the fact that I have the social media platforms that I have, which, okay, do I not like the fact that you work at the hospital you work at? No. Okay, so moot point. And then they also decided that I should not feel comfortable being who I am, and that I don't have their permission, basically, without saying it in words, I don't have their permission to excel in the work that I do, which is biospiritual in nature. I can do some medical type things on a very elevated level via spiritual processes, if we want to be more accurate, morphogenetic recodement. I can do morphogenetic recodement to the degree that it can cease symptoms. I hope that mosquito didn't go up my nose earlier. I hope. I would have felt that, right? If it went up my nose. Anyways, so that person would say things and do things that would undermine my perception of myself, my worth, my purpose. And yeah, I mean, they can still have that opinion. At no point did I take the time to inform them that they are wrong and they are mean and no, it's kind of just like, oh, you don't like what I do? It's my work. So I'm not going to quit my job for you. I make you uncomfortable. Okay, go away. My existence offends you. Be offended somewhere else, because I'm going to keep being who I am. It's not intended to offend anyone, but if you get offended, then that's not like a you problem. So then what happened? If it's just one person, well, if the second person continues to support what the first person does, and then they band together to try and make me feel bad, fuck both you bitches. I have 2 middle fingers. One for each. One for each. I don't give a shit. At least not about that. I give a shit about a lot of things, but not about that. But I mean, if they were the only 2 you had left, yeah, continue. Well, what happens if they're the only 2 you had left? Then that means I have all this space to be myself. That's what that means. That's what that means. There is all this potential that's been opened up. It's not a loss to me in my heart. When the people you need to let go of are the very people who keep insisting you must believe that you are nowhere near the greatness that you are, the greatness that you're blossoming into, that is not a loss. I promise you, that's not a loss. Every time I've lost something, what's taken its place is something even greater, something more beautifully aligned, something much more supportive of my growth and my healing. Yep. So that's what you need to look at. You need to look at what is needing to be let go of, and then open your hand. Open your hand. I promise you it'll fall out. You don't even have to throw it. It'll fall out. And then you just leave it right where it fell. And some people are going to say, oh my God, oh my God. Those are the people that love drama. They love to be connected to drama. Me? Absolutely not. I love my peace. I protect my peace. I don't allow anything into my home that does not further my peace. Anything that's going to disrupt the peace of myself and my children, my husband, you are not allowed in my home. You are not allowed in my life. You are not allowed to access me in any way, shape, or form. I will not mince words. I will not apologize about it. And anyone who has a problem with it, tell your therapist, not me, because I'm not going to listen. Tell your therapist, not me. And that's that. I don't feel bad at all. And it's this thing of, you guys need to start seeing someone who doesn't allow that gaslighting and that guilt. Like the people in your life are telling you, oh, you shouldn't this, you shouldn't that. You need to listen to me. One time I had this woman upset with me because I don't know who it was. I don't know if it's their partner or whatever. They said that their person was listening to me more than them. And because they started watching me, it's like created problems because they can't control them. Sound like you're the problem, biatch. I sound like you're the problem. Right? Sound like you're the problem. Not the person who watches me, but the person who's trying to control someone else. So now you get to the point where you realize, oh my God, I've been letting this happen. Okay. This is my fault. Not exactly. Not exactly. Well, didn't you say I'm responsible? Yeah, you're responsible for the things you're aware of. Until you're at the point of awareness, how can you hold yourself accountable for something you didn't know exists? Something you didn't know was a problem? That's where accountability comes in. You can't hold yourself accountable for something you were completely unaware of. Once you become aware, now you're on the hook. That's your choice. That's your decision. That ended up in a way that made you unhappy. It's like saying, you get into this relationship, right? It's a romantic relationship. And in the beginning, they're so attentive, they're so kind, they are so gentle with you and your heart. They say all the right things. They make you feel so good. And because of that, you put your all into it. You really commit yourself to this connection, to this relationship. And then fast forward a year, and now they're very heavy handed with you. Um, it's bordering on maltreatment in your eyes. They scream at you, they call you names, they blame you for everything, they consistently make you feel like you're a constant failure and a loser and all these really ugly things. And then you're going to sit there and be like, this is my fault. I'm sorry. How is that your fault? Like, I should have known from the start. How would you have known that? How would you have known that it was going to go that way if you've never been in a relationship that maltreats you in that way? You don't know anything about flags. So when you saw that red flag pop up, you're like, oh, you have a handkerchief. You didn't know it was a flag, right? Now you know when someone waves that red handkerchief, what is it? That's them letting you know they have some flags, some red flags at that. It's at that point that, okay, no, don't continue forward with that. You know how that ends. You know how that will progress. It's always nice in the beginning, and then it's not so nice near the end. That's when you can hold yourself accountable. If you willingly go into that again, then you already knew. So why are you surprised that that's how it went? You already knew. You already saw everything unfolding in the way it did in that other relationship. We don't need to do the blame thing, but we do need to see the ways in which we repeat these cycles consciously. We choose it. We don't want to look at the ways we are allowing access. And in that access, we are negatively impacting our own progression. Okay. So for those who chose number 2, relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Demons. Demons. Dark things are trying. It's swirling around you. It's trying to, these dark things are trying to get in your head, get you very like distorted in the way you see yourself, the way you see the people who are genuine in their love for you. It's trying to create problems. And it's trying to really cut you down. Because look, the tree of life, but you're standing on a stump. You're standing on a stump. And this is something that it might be a person who's serving as a parasitic conduit. And they're kind of like swirling and orbiting you, and they're presenting themselves as like being of the light. They like to say these cliche things. If you're dealing with a human, they like to say these things that are very cliche, very much armchair psychologist type of logic, very much regurgitating concepts that they found online somewhere, that they've probably found on social media or Pinterest. And they seem very elevated in their awareness, but really they're not. They're just regurgitating. What you're dealing with is a spiritual organic portal. Michael says, get to the point. What you're dealing with is a spiritual organic portal. It's either full blown demonic being that is trying to access you through your dreams, trying to thought incept, like talking to you through your, it's using the sound of your voice to make you think you're talking to yourself and that these are your thoughts. Or this is a full-on person and they're presenting themselves as some type of like spiritual guru. They're presenting themselves as someone who just loves you and wants the best for you. And this is blah, blah, blah. And this is blah, blah, blah. And they're full of shit. They're full of shit. So what do you need to do? What does this tell me? Well, this tells me that you've become far too reliant on other people's thoughts, other people's perspective, other people's guidance. You've stopped thinking for yourself. You've given your sovereignty away. And now your soul is telling you need to reclaim that. You need to start thinking for yourself. But Emmy, what if I choose the wrong thing? You're going to experience whatever you're going to experience regardless. I would rather experience something that's difficult, challenging, painful because I chose it versus someone else told me to choose that. And my entire thing is now fucked up because they told me. And when I tell them, they're like, I didn't tell you that. Absolutely not. I would rather choose something on my own terms. I would rather go through the lesson that I need to go through because this is what I chose. Life is not about living perfectly. It is not about you needing to present life as perfect. And this final card that kind of is meant to cinch things in for everyone. The perfection of your life. This applies to everyone. We've become far too comfortable and far too deep in the program of trying to present your life as though it's a mood board, as though it is this perfection. Life doesn't have to be perfect. Life is perfect in its imperfection. Life unfolds exactly as it needs to. But if you're too busy talking about the perfection of this and that, while you ignore the ways in which it's burning, what is speaking? When you talk, when you communicate, what is that? A controlled exhalation. It's extremely difficult to speak unless you are exhaling. You can either just exhale or your exhale can be paired with positioning of your lips, your jaw, your tongue, and your, vocal cords. That's how it becomes communication. So all this talking that you're doing on this end, trying to convince everyone that, oh, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine. All of that bullshit is fanning the flames of what's actually burning in your life. Now is a time for you to get solid within yourself, to get very centered, to be honest with yourself about the things that you're disappointed in, and also the things that make you happy. For some of us, the things that make us the happiest, we refuse to acknowledge what that is because it's not impressive enough. Who cares? Who are you trying to impress? Unhappy people? Really, because who's in your life? Look at the people in your life and you'll begin to understand what you've surrounded yourself with. Using the same person as an example as I did earlier. That individual, yeah, no, they're into material things. They're into material things. So let's use purses as an example. They like higher end material things like premium brands. So I get a new purse and their purse is a Louis Vuitton. That's a premium brand. That's not a luxury brand. That's a premium brand. Luxury brand, not everyone's going to have it. That's why it's a luxury. So I'm not into Louis Vuitton. I'm not into Gucci. I'm not into any of those. I'm not into Prada. Not into any of those. I get a purse that I love. Like, I love it. My sister-in-law got me this little crossbody thing. It's just big enough for my wallet. And I was looking at it previously before she sent it to me. It must have been like $13. I fucking love that bag. I love that bag because then I can't be a bag lady. I can't shove all kind of stuff into my purse when I go out. It's just enough space for my wallet and my phone. I love it. It's black. It goes with everything. And if I rave about this to that person I'm using as an example, they're gonna be like, like, do you want me to get you a Louis bag? No. Why the fuck would I spend that much on a bag? If you like it, you like it. But why would you try and force that on me? Why would you make me feel badly about what I like? So then the reality of it, the average person would be like, oh, I'm ashamed of my bag. Let me not show it. Yeah, no, I like that bag. I love that bag, if we're going to be honest. I do. I love that bag. It is what it is. I'm not going to allow someone to make me feel badly because I like what I like. Oh, you just like that because, tell me you're broke without telling me you're broke. Okay, I'm not rich, but I'm not into those things. I like to spend my money on my family. I like to spend on good meals, not a fucking purse. If you like purses, that's fine. That's fine. Makes you happy, good. But if it doesn't make me happy, why do I need to partake in that? I don't. This is indicative of how you have really, really, really let someone else in your head. All of us go through this at some point. I know I've been through it. And you guys don't have to comment if you do. How many of you have a knockoff of something? Right? Did you get that? What is it called? That one bag. Oh, the Walmart Hermes. Hermes. You guys like that brand so much, right? Because like all the rich people have it and this and that. Okay. And so you bought the one that was being sold at walmart.com because now it looks like you have something expensive. Do you really like the design? Or do you just like the fact that now you fit in? Because I saw that bag and I was like, I don't know that I like the style. If it will fit the things that I want to bring and it's not going to mess up my back, yeah, I might like it. But if you're just getting it because, what's your reason? What's your reason? And it's not necessarily me trying to shame you for having knockoff stuff. If you like the design, I mean, I would get it for a cheaper price if I could. Hell yeah. But if you're getting it just to be able to keep up with other people, are you really living? Or are you simply an afterthought? What's that mean? You're simply existing as what? An echo of someone else's choices? someone else's preferences. I couldn't allow myself to do that. I couldn't. And, many, many years ago, early 2000s, my father went on a trip to the Philippines. And, we got bougie ass knockoff stuff in the Philippines. And he brought back a whole bunch of purses for me. The purses were Louis Vuitton and Gucci. And they were grade AAA, I believe. They look like the real thing. Same fabric, same everything. You can't tell it's a knockoff. Probably if you go in the store, they can tell because of serial numbers and stuff. But I know Green Hills is absolutely the place. So my dad got me all of these bags. And I'm just like, eh. And I was using them strictly for their capacity to be used. One I used as a baby bag. That one I loved. I love the design of that one. But here's the thing. I was given those bags because guess what? My father had an issue with me not having designer things. Why would I need designer things? Like, I don't understand that. Oh, apparently because my worth is cheapened unless I have expensive looking things. But this is not a designer thing. It's a knockoff. So people don't have to know that. I know that. I don't use these knockoffs to try and impress people. And really, I think the only one that I actually used was the Gucci backpack as my baby bag because I liked the design. It fit on my stroller nicely. You are surrounded by people who keep getting you to question your worth. For what? For what? Why are you worth less just because someone else told you? You're not. It's time for you to recognize the cycles you enter into. When you allow someone, especially people who've known you for a long time, to suck you into that toxic old cycle where, oh, because you don't have this, because, oh, that's from last season, it's not this season. Oh, because you haven't been promoted at your job, you're only making 5 figures rather than 6 figures. Oh, you're only making 6 figures and not 7 figures. Oh, you're only making 7 figures instead of 8. I don't give a shit. I really don't. I don't care about any of those things. I don't. The real flex is the peace that you feel within yourself. The type of life you live quietly. That's a fucking flex. That is a flex. Privacy. For all you guys know, I could be live streaming in an empty closet. Hey. That's not unheard of when it comes to me. I remember one year, I literally my office was a closet, a literal closet. And the person, I was on a private session, and I told the person, like, yeah, no, I work in the closet. And they're like, they think I'm joking and they're laughing. I'm like, no, literally. And I took my laptop and I turned it, and then you could see the closet stuff. And they're like, oh my God, you're literally in a closet. I said, yeah, I'm in a closet. Did it diminish the value of the service I just provided? Not at all. Not at all. So you have to get in your head and see what's in there already, right? You have to allow yourself to really go in here, like, okay, where do my thoughts go? Why does it go there? Who was the one that told me that? So that you know how long it's been in your head. That thought, that insecurity, the ways in which you tear yourself down. I'm pretty certain it didn't start with you. I'm pretty certain there was someone in your life at some point in your life that convinced you these things about yourself. We got to be honest about who we are, how we are, and the way we function. If not, you get sucked back into those old toxic cycles. I had a little black purse from Amazon and I loved it. It was like $20. I love those type of finds. I do. I love those type of finds because it's like, yeah, how much I saved. Do you know how many snacks I can get now? My kids eat a lot and their snacks are not cheap. So I'd rather use it on that. I'd rather use my existence and my choices on the things that make me feel fulfilled. So do that for yourself. Don't allow anything to suck you back, to lure you into those old toxic cycles. Instead, take a good look at where you're at within your journey. Are you happy where you are? If not, there's some adjustments that need to be made. Instead of wasting your time and your energy, your focus and your potential on to try and impress other people, no. Focus all of that on what you want to bring to fruition. Focus it all on what you're actually trying to do. If you can do that for yourself, my gosh, there's no limit as to how much you can create in your life, how much goodness, how much elevated existence. And again, it's not to say that the expensive things are like you're bad if you like expensive things, or that, oh, you're less than a person if you like the finer things in life. Y'all, okay. You know what this is? You know what this is? You know what this is? This is certified faceted moldavite. And it doesn't come from online. It comes from a supplier that I loved getting moldavite from. Yeah, how much this is? A fucking ridiculous price. It's not about trying to shame you for liking nicer things. It's about understanding why you like it. That had matching earrings. The reason I love that, my husband got it for me. He got it for me for my birthday. I was devastated when I lost one of the earrings. I don't buy things to impress other people. I don't. I buy things because they feel good to me. I enjoy things that make me feel goodness. And I don't feel goodness because now I'm validated in someone else's eyes. There was a time when I existed in that way where I had to have the things that everyone valued, right? What did that get me? Nothing. Nothing at all. Once upon a time when I was much, much younger, late teens, early 20s, I wore brands that most people don't know about. Why? They don't have advertisements. Why? Because they're true luxury. Where are those things now? I donated them to a women's shelter before I left California. Why? Because hopefully, whatever woman it ends up with, she's probably been through some stuff if she's at a shelter. And hopefully, it helps lift her mood. I don't need it anymore. Your worth is something that you determine. It's not dictated to you by someone else. And it's definitely not tied to what you own, what you wear, your shoes, your purse, your car. I don't even own a car for myself. Why? The fuck? I don't like to drive. Why would I own a car? I'm serious. I don't like to drive. I'm a passenger princess. Ew. Me drive? I'm really good at driving, but what the fuck? Ew. That's so rude. That's so rude. Expecting me to drive? I mean, I guess I have to, I guess. I guess. Ew. If you don't want to drive me, whatever. I'll drive myself. But yeah, no. I don't need to flex nothing. I don't. Neither do you. The real flex is that quiet living in a space of peace. I don't ever want to share my family life. Why? Because when you see the depth of peace that I exist in a very simple existence, we don't take vacations, we don't go places, we're just together. People get angry and they get jealous when they see that type of peace and love. I don't ever want to share it. I don't ever want to show just how beautiful that simple existence is. And that's a real flex. So make your choices. Choose the options that bring you closer to that type of centered, peaceful, love-filled existence. And leave it at that. Don't let other people know. Don't share that. How many times have you guys seen my husband on this live stream? Since 2017, how many of you have seen my husband on my live stream? How many of you have seen me post about my family outside of my mother's passing? Yeah, Jill's never seen him once. Why is that? You want to really flex? Quiet existence, quiet peace. No one knows whether they've really affected me or not. Why? Because they don't. I exist in a circle so full of love and peace. Nothing else is allowed in. Yep. Never move from your circle. Stay centered in your existence and make sure that circle is overflowing with peace and never allow someone to disturb it. Whatever you think you're going to lose in order to protect your peace, those were things your soul has been asking you to toss out for a very long time. Hey, I got nothing left to throw away. Got nothing left to leave on the curb. Life is just peaceful. It is very simple. And it's very much something I never need a vacation from. And that is a real flex. Not needing a vacation from your life. I love it. I'm going to go eat. I hope you guys benefit in some way from whatever it is that, oh, my baby texted me. I hope you guys benefit from whatever came out of my mouth today. I don't know what I spoke about, but I'm done. I will be going live on Friday for the Lionsgate portal on all other platforms except for TikTok. Click on what is that? The QR code on the screen or the link in the comment, and that will take you to where I have the expedites available. For those on TikTok, simply go to the link in my bio and it will take you exactly where you need to go. It should be at the very top of the page on my Hubi link, and it says Lionsgate portal. So I will see you guys again very, very soon tomorrow. You know, I might go live later this evening to do scans on TikTok. I don't know. I'm just trying to get back in the workflow. Damn, it's already August. Y'all, I haven't even really worked since December. Okay, I gotta go.